From Castle Rexworth and the Rexworth Estates, I bid you good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you are, and whenever you are. My name is Rexworth, Lord Rexworth, and I welcome you to our Sunday stream. We're going to be continuing with Community Reacts to a bunch of videos, try and clear out a lot of tabs here. Thank you all for popping in. Anglo, welcome in. Also welcome in to everybody else who is lurking in chat on Twitch, on YouTube, on Kick. Thank you all for being here. So, I am in the Castle Rexworth Discord right now. I'm in the Stream VC. If anyone wants to hop in, do feel free. Damien, hello. Greetings, my lord. Have a great stream. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we're just, this will be part 2 of our sort of New Year's celebration here at the castle. And, just sort of relaxing, vibing, enjoying some interesting videos of things from all over the world. Fun things. There's not really much new in terms of news on the Venezuelan front from yesterday. We had that whole thing with the U.S. Delta Force taking Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro into custody. Don't really have anything new on that. I've been noticing something trending on X, videos sneaking out from Tehran. It appears that protests starting to break out again over there. So we shall see what develops from that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's start with something rather soothing. Ray Idle, thank you for the lurk. So for some people, it's still early morning hours. Have a good stream. Thank you. Thank you so much. For some people, it's early morning hours. For some people, they may sleep in late on the weekends. And their early morning hours is anything before the noon hour. Whatever it might be for you, why don't we experience what it's like. This is about an 11, 12-minute video. This is called A Dream Morning in Japan. 7 a.m. drive in my R32 GTR. That sounds like a lot of fun. Of course, we'll pause the music here. Starting off grabbing some breakfast, maybe some petrol. And look at that car. Not a thing of beauty. Going for an early morning drive in Kyoto for the first time in a while. That looks like a very well taken care of Skyline GTR. I see we got that rear windscreen wiper. The tail lights, they're iconic. Absolutely iconic. Fun fact about Iran: Iran translates to the land of the Aryan, so I wouldn't mind naming it after Iran or Persia. Yeah, I've always thought Persia was a more appropriate name for the country, particularly since a lot of the people there still refer to themselves as Persians. Never really understood the whole renaming it to Iran. That's quite a peaceful day on video, I know. Perfect start to the day. All right, we've topped up on fuel. Blurting out the speedometer. For good reason, I think. This is a fairly fast car that can probably break the speed limit quite easily. And off we go. Listen to that engine. So this is what it's like to drive on the streets of Kyoto. It's rather nice. You're so used to seeing walkways with crowds of people. especially in Kyoto, where there's been a lot of over-tourism and overcrowding in a lot of places. But this certainly doesn't feel like rush hour. Doesn't feel like peak drive time. It's quite peaceful. I mean, fairly decent volume of traffic from what we can see through the camera. Well, it's really not bad. I've certainly dealt with worse. I think a lot of us have. Ever played some Ryan Gosling music when driving? My driving music of choice. If I'm not playing some classical music, most of the time I'm playing Japanese city pop or some type of, like synthwave. There's a really good channel on YouTube called Retropical Records. And they, I think it's mostly AI-based music, but it's really good synth tracks. They've got a few playlists they put out recently that are a bit more high energy, sort of trying to capture that vibe that you would get from games like Outrun. And I do occasionally listen to some game soundtracks. Driving music for me for a while was a mix of Outrun and Hang On soundtracks. It also makes for decent workout music too. Especially if you're on something like a stationary bicycle or an elliptical machine and you need something with a bit of a high energy beat, but not too high energy. Something that's vibrant, energetic. It's a good mix. Oh hell yeah, I'd play some synthwave too, and also like some game themes like LA Noire. Nice. It's a bit of a rare cut. There's an old game that came out first for the Dreamcast in Europe and then later came on PlayStation 2 called Headhunter. And the theme of the main player character, Jack, is really good. It plays every time you're on the motorcycle stages. It's this really, I don't know how to describe it. It's incredibly thematic before soundtracks in general just became so atmospheric. And it sounds like a proper hero's theme. But it is full orchestra and a little bit of synthesizer in the background. Almost taking the same approach that John Berry did for the soundtrack to The Living Daylights. Just a little bit of synth to give it some rhythm, but the rest of it is pure orchestra. I think the composer's name was Richard Jacques. He also did the Sega Saturn version of Sonic 3D Blast. Oh, that engine's roaring now. 50 kph, not bad. Get up to a good speed on this road. Looks like a dual carriageway of sorts. You also find yourself playing heavy metal or loud music when doing small things, but light music when doing bigger things like driving. I'm really not one for heavy metal. It really kind of depends on my mood. I listen to music to the most part to relax, or sometimes to sort of, I guess, keep myself focused. Lo-fi really helps me to maintain focus, so I occasionally put on some lo-fi and listen to that. Well, now that I think of it, I don't know. Some of the heavier stuff, yeah, I suppose I do listen to it whenever I'm just got downtime or I'm sitting down, not really doing anything. Oh, his rear view mirror is, it's a video display. It's got a built-in camera. That is some high-tech. The engine echoing through the tunnel. Like a kaiju or something streaking through the tunnels. In a little truck. Lord knows that thing's too slow. Go to a higher gear. Pass another body here. Looks like a little K camper we just passed. Clever bit of kit, those K campers. Oh, there's daylight. Out we come. Sign read Sanjohashi or something like that. In we go to another tunnel. Slowing down. Well, that's the end of it. That was a fun little cruise. That was nice. We'll go ahead and subscribe to Knee. Staying on cars here for a bit, chart. This one's from Ren Frames. Exploring Japan as a car enthusiast. Must be our man. Going from continental Europe to Beijing.
Actually, behind us were three guys that were talking for 8.5 hours straight.
Good God. I have to mute this. It's because of the music. Don't want to get a copyright strike. Oh, here we are. Osaka.
Tomorrow.
And good morning from beautiful Osaka.
Good morning.
Just strolling through the streets here. Still a little bit jet lagged, but that's okay. Trying to capture.
By the way, chat, fun little top tip for you about jet lag. The Die Hard cure actually does work. I tried it myself when I went to Japan for the first time. Got into my hotel room, set my things down, I took my shoes off and my socks, and I started making fists with my toes. And for some reason, that actually perked me up a bit. The bloke on the aeroplane in the first scene in Die Hard tells John McClane, he says, "I can't explain it, but it's better than a hot shower and a coffee." And you know something? I think he was onto this. He's right. I honestly felt better. So next time you're on a long journey, you've got a long plane ride somewhere, and you get to your hotel, just set your things down, sit down on the bed for a few minutes, take your shoes off, take your socks off, and then just make fists with your toes for like 5 minutes. And oddly enough, you will feel better.
Some stuff. You know, I got my Fujifilm.
Oh, man of good taste.
X100 VI with me. So that's the camera you see me capture most of my everyday pics and also story pics.
Fujifilm is a really good camera brand. I used to have an X-T1. It was one of the best cameras I've ever owned. Before that, I had a little Fujifilm point and shoot that I took with me to Beijing. Incredible picture quality. I think the only thing I wish I would have had was a polarized filter on the lens, because the smog, especially in Beijing, made it really hard to shoot good pictures in some spots. And yeah, the X100 series of cameras, that's what's known as a digital rangefinder rather than a DSLR. Certainly not a cheap camera, almost as expensive as some of the DSLRs, but man, it takes some fantastic pictures. So if you want yourself a proper camera, and you're not just wanting to use your camera on your phone, Fujifilm X100, definitely give it a look. I'd say it's worth every penny.
Because it's the one I have always with me. And yeah, just trying to capture some stuff, not only for rent frames, but also for myself. You know, I always say it's easy to make beautiful and things look beautiful, but I think sometimes it's about trying to find the beauty in just everyday life.
Truly, the artist's struggle.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. And a cool thing about my hotel, I'm staying at Art Hotel Osaka, Bay Area, and my hotel room is in the 48th floor. So once you get out, you have a beautiful view.
That is gorgeous.
Of the city. Amazing. And the room was like 75 euros a night for two people. So
that's
for
really
me and
not
my brother.
bad. That's a good value.
Insane.
Yeah.
Also hotel.
One of the few places where you can, in the world that's still left, that you can find a decent hotel room at a really good price. The airfare can be absolute murder on your wallet, but the hotel rooms, really good quality, really good prices. It's a common theme that we've noticed with a lot of reacts we've done to hotels all over Japan.
The room is not too bad as well.
That is incredible. That sort of view alone, they
We
could charge
did
hundreds.
good on that one.
Never let me know. Put this money on the
Missing a front bumper on that car. Like a Toyota Celsior, otherwise known as a Lexus LS. A Ferrari. A pretty lady. A Toyota Crown. Another Ferrari. See, moving on to Kyoto. Skyline GTR, Mazda 3. Mitsubishi Lanivo. Look like a Subaru WRX. And there goes another Ferrari. With an old Volvo. Look at that. Oh, they stopped at a cat cafe. There goes someone with another GTR. Alpine BMW. Old Nissan Fairlady Z.
It's nice walking through Kyoto and doing some cultural stuff. But look what I spotted.
What'd you find? Oh, an old RX-7. Look at that.
So if everybody's saying Kyoto is so touristic, there's so much people, there is in the main streets.
Yeah.
You literally go one street to the left or to the right.
Nothing.
No one's here.
Strange how that
peaceful.
works. I noticed much the same when I was in certain parts of Tokyo. First time I was there, I was walking to the old location for the Seiko Museum, and it was just dead silent. There was nobody out there except I think I could count on one hand the amount of people I ran into in the neighborhood of the Seiko Museum. It only started to get loud because of car traffic on one of the main roads. Well, yeah, it was just so quiet, so peaceful. Passed by a school, classes were still in session. A couple of pensioners on the daily walkabouts. It was very serene, very peaceful.
And by the way, today's Saturday, so maybe with Sunday, probably the most touristic day. But still.
Maybe. I don't know if that's how that works. One would think Saturday would be the
That's
busy
probably
day.
the real Kyoto.
Oh, look at that classic there.
So apparently the Smart Center in Kyoto has a coffee shop in them, which serves
interesting.
very good coffee and delicious cookies.
That does look tasty.
That's how it looks. But the coolest thing is they also have
Too
a
bad.
124.
Oh,
500
gorgeous.
bins AMG package.
Oh, it is in pristine condition. 300 CE24. That is a rare
Fun
find.
fact, here is actually a bakery. They have only 2 places in the whole world. One is in Graz, so where I'm from, and the other one is here in Kyoto. But I thought it's funny, so I went here.
Interesting.
It's even written in Austrian. It's so funny.
Gotta keep it real, you know? Okay, now we're in Tokyo. Yes, you will see some Rolls Royces rolling about. Especially once you get to areas like Ginza.
And we made it to Tokyo last night with the Shinkansen, which is basically the bullet train here in Japan. Yeah, it took
Best
us
way
like
to get
2
around.
hours from Kyoto to Tokyo, so it's crazy fast. I think it will take you 5.5 hours by car or so. So it's more than double as fast.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
save
just
yourself
walking
a
through
lot of time.
Harajuku here, and actually we're right in front of Liberty Walk. Unfortunately, there's no car here today, but I talked to him. He said he's gonna be here on Wednesday. I'm not gonna be here on Wednesday though, unfortunately. Anyway, we're gonna look
What?
inside.
After this time, I'll be through.
Oh, look at that. Signed go-kart. Lots of model cars. Oh, that's neat. I like those. Kind of athletic style jackets. Oh, even the bag. Look at that. That's cool. Deus Ex Machina JP. Alright. Decent looking merch. The next day.
Okay, now so while my brother is visiting some Pokemon stores, I'm on my way
But
to
of course,
Peaches. They have a garage here in Japan.
Peaches.
And if you can remember from my last video, I mentioned that Fat International, which is an Austrian car culture brand backed by Porsche. They did a collaboration with them a few months ago. It's a Korean brand, but they have a garage, as I said, here in Japan. And while I'm here in this beautiful city of Tokyo, I thought I might visit them or take a look at the garage, see how they manage stuff. I'm not sure if you can hear me now. The train's passing every 3 seconds.
Getting a bit noisy,
Yeah, it's a busy city. I think it's like close to 40 million people living in the whole
Sounds about right.
residential area, so it's huge. But it doesn't feel overcrowded. Nevertheless, I just thought I'd gonna visit them,
I guess that's
see how they manage stuff, see how they are.
I guess that's the one positive of population decline. Things don't feel overcrowded, except in some of the touristy areas.
Merchandise fits and is done, and I'll grab a piece or two.
Yeah, look.
Old Chevy
I didn't
Camaro
gain weight,
SS.
I didn't lost, but I still feel the opposite.
Okay, here we are. Oh, they've got a slot car racing track. Some old CRTs. That's pretty cool. Look like an old 190 Cosworth built out of Lego. By the way, chat, I'm muting here because the music, I want to avoid a copyright strike. We've already had one copyright strike in the past 24 hours because one of the people that we did a video react to apparently did not like that we were doing a video react, and so leveled a copyright strike, and the whole bloody VOD got taken down. Fucking dipshit.
No, but I didn't.
Oh, the magazines. Japan still knows how to do magazines right.
Ever been to. This is all vintage racing books.
That's incredible. Car graphic.
Look at this. You just pop out like a random magazine. R33 GTR race car. And the car
Gorgeous.
section is crazy. All of this shelf, this shelf over there,
That's all
and here
just
as well.
dedicated to cars.
It's all cars.
Oh, there's a book on Alpha and Mazda.
Insane.
Old Skyline.
So it's called Tsutaya Books.
Tsutaya Books. I've heard of it.
I think I'm gonna link you the address down
I've
below.
heard of
It's a
Tsutaya
huge
Books.
store. So
I've
all
actually
of
shopped
this
in one before.
is combined together, but the car section is right here in the center. And trust me, I left a lot of
One
money
whole
in there
building
right now
devoted to car books.
because I
That's
have to bring a few
incredible.
gifts home, of course.
Oh, so this is a to be continued. It's quite the collection of cool cars they got. Old Subis and Mercs and Hondas. Looked like there was some sort of Renault in there too. That's pretty cool. All right, Ren Frames. Subscribe to that. I don't know if we're going to be able to do reacts if he always puts in music like that.